O Orion, here am I. I have come as ruler of the moringa tree. I have eaten the doubles. I have fed on those who sit. I live on the spirits and the elder gods. Those whose names are secret have been brought to me. I have joined in the protection of the two houses. O you who unite, I have had recourse to the sky. I have had recourse to him who sits on my neck, and what was taken for me from the throat of the mighty one is lifted up. I have joined my body, my head and my throat. I have joined the Ptah gods. O you who unite, who have put together for me, I have joined the spirits. I have joined the powers and the elders. I am one stronger than my forefathers. I am one mightier than those who are older than I. I am equipped with all that they know, the gods who are in the presence. I have taken their might. I have swallowed their spirits. I have eaten their magic. I have made a holocaust of gleaming blood, and I come as an equipped spirit. Thus says Orion to me, you have acquired all the powers. You have forgotten nothing. See, you have come spiritualized and equipped. Establish yourself on this throne of yours, which is superior to all thrones, for there is no God who can surpass you. Let me know what you have done on earth and in the island of fire, because there is one who makes offerings for you and speaks to you when going to the earth, because someone comes indeed with you to this throne of yours on which you have sat, because there is one who will do for you what Horus did for his father Osiris, because someone made him firm thereby, because someone comes indeed with him to the coffin of ferrying, because you come indeed with him into the island of fire on his day of coming. He who turns back spirits will come behind him. He has made staffs, scepters, images. I have glorified my soul. I have made my staff strong. I have freshened the earth hair into something which my father did not know, because Osiris is established thereby. My soul is a spirit, my staff is strong, because there is benefit thereby for my father Osiris. Thus says Orion to me, come and tell what the god does who comes equipped and who opens the earth for himself, through what he knows on the day when he desires to come thence. Very noble are you. Sit on your throne, which is in the Hu Nubud, that the gods may turn the meal to you. Speak, that I may hear what you have done, over and above what you have not done. So says Orion to me, I have come and I have done what brings everything into being. I have given milk, I have impregnated the egg, I have eaten right, I have swallowed magic. I have made the soul of the images in the standing place of my father. I have life before him, because I have done it for my dead father, although he was vexed with me. He has set me upright on account of it with the God, because I have glorified his soul into something which he did not know. My staff is strong, because I have freshened the earth hair. I have clothed myself, I have scattered water for my dead father, and he has invocation offerings, being what goes down before me to my dead father. My wrapping is the great commander. I give incense and water to my dead father, because I have offered an imam tree, because I have uprooted an acacia, because it is I who see my pool, for I have dug it in company with Seth, because of he who dug his canal, who guided his measuring cord. I have put in my mouth what I found. I have filled my mouth with the powers of the fathers of the great ones. I have taken possession of the place of the great ones. I have acquired all spirits. I have fettered the chaos gods. I have subdued the sun folk. O you southern, northern, western, and eastern gods, silence is mine and my retainers worship. Thus says Orion concerning me, this god is equipped. He has come equipped as the elder gods. He has eaten their magic. He has swallowed their powers. He has opened the earth by means of what he knows on the day when he desired to come thence. He has cleansed all that he has done in the island of fire for his dead father, because he sees the pool, because he digs it and has dug his canal. He has done his just deeds, which ennoble him and which establish him on his throne. O you who are high on your block. Thus says Orion to me, O you who have appeared, may you be strong and live on your food. Come, come, O you spirit whom the god equipped as one who is attached to the great God who has no equal. Receive your offerings, for the two ladies will establish you. O you who have appeared, the elder gods will ennoble you. Appear as the great God whose father ate and fed on his companions. Appear, be content, be exalted, for you have come manifested, spiritualized, crowned. Go all over the celestial expanses of the gods, for you will rest because you appear in this place, which belongs to you both. You have taken possession of the limits of the horizon, for there comes forth Osiris. So says Orion to me. This is the spell for passing over the boundary of the southern sky. O you who are south of the storm, let me pass to Abydos, to the place where Osiris is. I will speak to him before the gods who mourn. I will recite to him the words of those whose places are secret, who are in Restau, the boundary east of the sky. O you two powers of the air, you two easterners of the mansion of uproar, let me pass over the boundary, for I have circled round the vulture, the great one who has bound on the fillet, the boundary west of the sky. O western sky, O you who mourn, let me travel to Hesdedet, who is in the secret place. Its supporter is in company with him who opens up the shallows of the boundary of which Re Atum passed over them in the evening, and the boundary north of the sky. Hail to you, my father Osiris, in this field of yours which belongs to the mistress of eternity, and Shu the young. The two cords of the earth god are my protection beneath my foot. The wind is with me, the wind is with me, the wind is with me, the wind is with me. To pass over the plain, O Anubis on your mountain, lay your hand on the two bowls. You are saved from the cutting table. You are taken from the coil together with the gods of the mount. I have come to you spiritualized, the soul, pure, clean as the powers speak to me. And there is no God who will cross me. Spell for going forth. Rarity receives me. Rarity puts her hands on me, because it is Re who went forth from the yoke, and because I have led her, whom he saw into the limits of the sky. Spell for navigating the barque of Re. See, its starry sky is its own. The sun folk are in Khar-Eba, because its thousand gods are born, because their fillets are bound on, because their oars are grasped. I will go with them aboard the lotus barques at the dockyard of the gods. I will take possession of the barque with lotus leaves on her ends. I will ascend in her to the sky. I will navigate in her in company with Re. I will navigate in her with Megif-Ib. I will act as pilot in her to the polar region of the sky, to the stairway of the barque of Mercury. Circle of fire, circle of fire, circle of fire, circle of fire. The fire which is about Re is bright against you, being bound about him. The Lord of Storm fears the barque of Re, and you shall join the fire. I have come here with him whose face is white. I have seen him who has gone to Ma'at. I have, having fallen by the hand of those whose shapes are sacred, who are in the midst of the sacred lakes, the companions of the reed dwellers of the lake of rushes. I have seen them there, and we shall give to them. Their great ones are in joy, and their lesser ones in happiness. Prepare a path for me into the bow of his barque. Brightness is in his disk, and power is in his shape. I will rise up in front of his Uriah, and he will partake of the meal as Lord of the right. I have ejected what was amiss in him. I have brought Ma'at to him, so that he may live by means of her. Go and return, and tell the state of his father in the abyss. You shall send out his voice in the evening, for see, I have come. I have brought a pet to him. I have spat on his wounds for him. Prepare a path for me that I may pass. For I am the greatest of the gods. Come, pass by, that your barque may be rowed, O Lord of wisdom, for you are the heir of the Great One. Swamp the fire, quench the fire, prepare a path for me, for it is he who mixes them, who presents the horizon to me. I have passed by the great ones. I have instructed him of the west who is in his barque. I have traveled the circle of fire which is about the Lord of them of the braided locks. Pass, says Hrati, that you may command the boat which your father built. Down on your faces, you snakes, let me pass, for I am a mighty one, a lord of might. I am a noble of Re, a lord of righteousness, whom Echo created, and my protection is the protection of Re. See, he has gone all over the field of offerings, which belong to me, for I am Re, a greater God than you. He assesses his enneads in giving offerings. I have passed over the paths of Restau, whether on water or on land, and these are the paths of Osiris. They are in the limit of the sky. As for him who knows this spell for going down into them, he himself is a god in the suite of thought. He will go down to any sky to which he wishes to go down. But as for him who does not know this spell for passing over these paths, he shall be taken into the infliction of the dead, which is ordained, as one who is non-existent, who shall never have rightness. Here am I. I have come in the dignity of Shu. I have restored Osiris to health. Prepare a path for me that I may pass. Clap your hands, for the best of the maces of Re is what is in my hand. Go away! Fire, I have seen what I have restored to health in Osiris, so do not mourn over his flesh. His name is he who drives off those who would demolish, the gate of fire and the gate of darkness. Its keeper is the sad-voiced one. Those who are in it are leaper, fiery, sheet of the knife, robber, he who curses. I am one who was born in Restau, and power is given to me by my lord Re-Harachti. My dignity is in head, when I cleanse Osiris. I have received acclamation in Restau, in the guidance of the gods on their mounts, for I am one of their guides. Its keeper is Scourer. Those who are in it are he whose face is hot, he of the loud voice, oppressor, monster, trembler, he who is hot. I am a spirit and a lord of spirits. The spirit whom I will create will indeed exist. The spirit whom I hate will not exist. I am one who goes all over his lake in fire, a lord of light. I circle around the eye of Horus at hand. Thought crosses the sky in my presence, and I pass safely. The keeper is he whose face is covered, and this is its path. You shall not pass on it. He who swallows, he who is alert, he who is vigilant, he who is sharp-sighted, who is acute, he who listens. Flesh of the foe who lives in the fledgling lake. He whose face is dreadful for her, he who dwells within beauty. This is the path which I know on the river bank. He who grants benefits, the Lord of reversion offerings, is in it amongst the retinue of Osiris. The retainers who are in it are the spirits who dwell in it after they have done escort duty there for their lords. What Anubis bewails is the offerings in the day of straw, among those who make Chemet cakes for Osiris. I am he who is at the hand of Thoth. I am he who cooks a Chemet cake for Osiris among those who make offerings. What Anubis bewails is the offerings on the day of straw. I am the pure one who cooks for Osiris daily. My lands are in the field of offerings among the wise ones. I am among those who prepare the Chemet cakes for Osiris. I am the scribe of lands at the hand of Thoth. I am the attendant of Osiris among those who prepare offerings. What Anubis bewails is the offerings, but there is nothing which can be taken from me. A basket of offerings. A Chemet cake is in it for its owner. He who is in the field of offerings is its owner, who eats bread in it with Osiris every day. Its owner has gone forth, and a Chemet cake is issued from it for Osiris every day. Offerings. Spell for being a god for Osiris. He who sees the dead Osiris will never die. The gatekeeper is one who will gain through robbery. The inert ones are with the offerings, which are with the retinue of Osiris every day, and they shall eat bread among the living forever. His lands will be yonder, he is with Thoth, and he will not be driven off by any destroyer. The snakes are the keepers of the gates, the place of herbage, the place of fields, the place of sand, the place of stones, the house of herbage of Ichit Wotit. This is the spell which is above the waterways. This is the path to the abodes of those who live on sweet things. This is a spell for passing on it, which is before one, a spell for passing by the abodes of the knife wielders and of those who shout. This is its lower path, and you should not pass on it. Spell for passing on the path of the fiery ones. I am the eye of Horus, beneficial in the night, which makes fire with its beauty. I am the Lord of the horizon, and the daily flame licks me. As for him who passes on the path, his foes will be felled by, and a pet will be driven off. Spell for reaching those who squat, the keepers of the gates. Its name is the lake of fire of the knife wielders. There is no one who knows how to enter the fire, for he is turned back from it. It means that he inherits the path. Spell for the true lake. This is a spell for passing by. What is beneath it is the lake. Let me pass safely, prepare a way for me, so that I may navigate the barque. For its protection is my protection, and what will happen to me will also happen to it as a result of what you can do. Great Face, who repels the aggressors, is the keeper of this bend. He of the sharp knife is the keeper of the waterway and the keeper of this bend. I am one who drives off the opposition of the aggressors who travel in order to capture. I am he who possesses the egg, and his dignity is here when he appears in the early morning. Beware his dignity, because I have obtained it. When he shall appear, I will see him. What I detest is delay, since I know him, and he who would exclude me and the young god shall not live in the horizon. His name is Protector of the Two Gods. He is the keeper of this bend, and it is he who guards those who go down to it. I have come here from the lifting up of the horizon, that I may show Re at the gates of the sky, and that the gods may be joyful at meeting me. The perfume of the god is on me, and the destroyers will not attack me, nor will the gatekeepers exclude me, for I am he who is hidden within the shrine, who is in charge of the chapels of him who is bound. For this is the shrine which I have reached in the land of tombs. I am great name. You have aided me on the right path. Executioners are what I detest. The protection of Har Re is my protection, for I am one who acted according to his desire, and I will not be hindered. I will not be opposed at the gates of the sky. It was I who equipped the double lion, the frog goddess, and the gods of the living, so do not exclude me. His name is Hippopotamus Face, bellowing of power. It is his lustral basin. Spell for going about by day, since a man knows this spell. I have inherited the horizon of Re. See, I am indeed the Lord of all. I am one who reveals what has been said to him, for I am heir of the horizon. A path is prepared for Re when he comes to a halt. I know your name. His name is Dogface, whose shape is big. This is a spell for passing by him which is before me. It is a spell for her who divides the lustral basins. This is a spell for passing by him. Open, O sky and earth. Open, O western and eastern horizons. Open, you chapels of Upper and Lower Egypt. Open your doors. Open your eastern gates of Re, that he may issue from the horizon. Open to him, you double doors of the night barque. Open to him, you gates of the day barque, that he may kiss Shu, that he may create Tefnet. Those who are in the suite will serve him, and they will serve me like Re daily. His name is he who is driven off with two faces in dung, and he is the keeper of this bend. It is a spell for passing by him. It is I who send the word of a god to a god. O Re, I have come that I may report a message to its recipient. Hail to you, Re, may you make Osiris content because of me, so that those who are in the tomb may worship you, and that those who are in the netherworld may glorify you. They shall give you praise, and you shall come in peace, that you may give offerings to the great ones, and satisfaction to the lesser ones, and give content to me. I shall attain to blessedness like Re every day. Great Face, who opposes the aggressors and who guards them in his house, he it is who enters beneath the bend. O Selket, I shall exist forever. He is the keeper of this bend, overbearing the form, whose mother speaks like a vulture. He is the keeper of this bend. He is the guardian within his shrine. This is a spell for passing on it, which is before me. I am the lizard which created thunder, who lifts up Ma'at to Re and repels the strength of a pet, who splits up the sky and drives away the storm, and who nourishes the crews of Re. My 2 chestet garments and my rod have been given to me. I have raised up Hetep as warden, and I have caused the barque to make a good voyage. Prepare a path for me, that I may pass. It is fire which opposes the one. It is fire which opposes the one. It is fire which opposes the one. His name is High of Winds. This is a spell for passing on it which is beneath it. His name is Lord of Striking Powers. O you who watch, I am loud-voiced in the horizon, as your great one. Down on your faces, you watchers. Prepare a path for your Lord, for such as am I. His name is Flame. This is a spell for passing on it which is beneath it. His name is Fiery of Faces. O you possessors of power, my face is that of a great one. My hinder parts are those of the worm-red crown. I am the Lord of mighty ones. His name is Diseased of Shape. This is a spell for passing on it which is beneath it. His name is Snake Face, Lord of aggressors. I am he who sits on the eye of Horus, first of the 3, who judges the gods as the companion of Thoth. The protection of Thoth is my protection from you. Spell for the paths of Restau. These paths here are in confusion. Every one of them is opposed to its fellow. It is those who know them who will find their paths. They are high on the flint walls which are in Restau, which is both on water and on land. Be weary, you squatting gods whose faces are hidden, who live by means of your throw sticks. I am a mighty one, weighty of striking power, preparing my path in the fire. I have restored Osiris to health, so prepare a path for me that I may pass, for I will save Osiris. Then shall I see the sole one who circles around, namely Re, among those who have made offerings, who will prepare a path for me, and who will let me pass quite safely, the paths by water and by land which belong to Restau. I am he who limited the flood, who judged between the rivals. I have come that I may remove the humiliation from upon Osiris. His name is one who spits out the Nile, who gives himself, Nehebkau, he who eats his fathers, he who eats his mothers, he who drives off Seth when he is angry, he who begot the bull of On, he who swallowed the flood, Falcon Face, who issued from Edjo, 4 faces, who issued from the horizon. Multiple of faces, who hears the Jedwood snake, for much is the speech of the Jedwood snake. He who meets him of the cow, he who sets down Chopri, he who stretches out the leg, the Jedwood snake, which fishes up multitudes, the paths by water, which belong to Restau. I am he who wrapped his standard, I who issued from the Warwick crown. I have come that I may establish offerings in Abydos. I have opened up Restau that I may ease the suffering of Osiris. It was I who created water, who assigned my standards, and who prepared my path in the valley. O great one, prepare a bright path for me, that I may be allowed to pass, and I will remove pain from the self-created. As for those who squat, it is Geb who will establish them in Restau in the realm of his son Osiris, for fear of his brother Seth. May he not harm him. As for anyone who knows the names of those who squat, he will be with Osiris forever, and he will never perish. This is the sealed thing which is in darkness, with fire about it, which contains the efflux of Osiris, and it is put in Restau. It has been hidden since it fell from him, and it is what came down from him onto the desert of sand. It means that what belonged to him was put in Restau. As for any man who is seen yonder alive, he will never perish, since he knows the spell for passing by those who squat, the keepers of the gates. Spell for being in Restau. I am Great Name, who created his brightness. I have come to you, Osiris, that I may worship you, and that I may cause your efflux to raise itself. Fire. I am the possessor of blood on the days of those who come into being. I am he of the sharp knives, and I will not be robbed. A path is prepared for me in front of the temple, and the embalmer belongs to those who are in the date palm. They will be brought to me what appertains to the red crown, to pass safely into the protection of Osiris and to pass the gates. Spell for existing in Restau, for living on plenty in the presence of Osiris, and for seeing. I am great name, who created his brightness. I have come to you, Osiris, that I may worship you, and you have not driven me off. I will cause your efflux, which flowed from you, to raise itself, and I will recite the name of Restau, since I fell in it. Hail to you, Osiris, raise yourself, have power and might, have power by means of this wand of yours which belongs to Restau, in this power of yours which belongs to Abydos. Travel around, O soul one, as Re goes about. May you speak, Osiris, for I am a dignitary of your God. What I say comes to pass, and I will not be driven off because of you, Re. The walls are of charcoal. I open the way in Restau. I ease the suffering of Osiris. I am he who created what exists, who assigned his standard, who made his path in the valley, a great one who made a bright path for myself, and I will be allowed to pass. This is the word which was in darkness. As for any spirit who knows it, he will live among the living. Fire is about it, which contains the efflux of Osiris. As for any man who shall know it, he will never perish there, since he knows what shall be in Restau. Restau is hidden, since he fell there, for he is one who has come down from upon the desert, and he possesses writing materials in Jeddu. Restau is the corruption of Osiris. As for any man who is there, he will see Osiris every day. His breath will be in his nose, and he will never die, since he knows the spell for passing on it. Headbringer, fiery one. Headbringer bearing the bunut of Restau. Baboon, he who bears the bunu, fire. Permit that I be brought to you, O Thoth, for I am he who opened the netherworld. O Re, I will lift up your head, and I will navigate in your barque. I will prepare your path in the sky, and its waters will come down, so that you may navigate your barque in it by night. I am one who makes silent the waters of the pool of the plain. A path is prepared for the rod-bearer of M50, and a path is prepared for me, so that I may dispel the weariness of the Lord of all, and spit on the wounds of Re, who will live content. For I am one who knows how to repel a pet, who will turn back, having come. M50, fierce face, possessor of joy, possessor of rain, possessor of worship. M50, fire, fire. His name is fierce face, possessor of wrong, possessor of worship. O fire, go back. O you who burn there, I will not be burnt, for I am wearing the wig cover and wearing the white crown. The Tenu have come into being, having come into being as Khopri. Hail to you, O Thoth, who was chosen as Lord of the morning. I possess righteousness, and what I detest is wrong. My light is my opening up of the darkness. This is the path of Thoth to the house of Ma'at, and I will be in the suite of Thoth at night, assembling them. I possess Ma'at. I detest darkness. I open up the night. Fire. Hail to you, Thoth. In the suite of Re, it is I who bring the bright sacred eye. It is I who dispel the bleariness which is on the injured eye, so that it may be bright. I see. I have come to you in this nightly suite of yours, among those who make offerings. I have gone aboard your barque, O Re. I have swamped the fire. I have lightened the darkness among those who come with offerings when Ma'at is brought to him who crosses the waterway, when he has heard the noises of the monster on the great plain north of stretching the bows. It is I who save Re from the storm of Apep, and he will not fall into his bonds. It is I who make disturbance. I cleanse the injured eye. I go round about the door. I adorn the god with what was made for him. Let me bring Thoth to you, for he cannot defend you by night. It is I who bring the sacred eye, having saved it from him who would conquer it. The mansion of the moon is a witness. This is Isis, who is before him as Ma'at. She shows him the paths when crossing the sky, that he may imitate what Re does. This is Thoth, who is in the sky. The eye of Horus is on his hands in the mansion of the moon. he who possesses joy. Fire, fire. As for the coiled one which is on his head, it was Isis who brought it to him. Thus says Horus the elder, proclaim his name for him on the day when they do escort duty yonder for him, in the horizon, when dividing the entourage in the horizon, when they bring the great ones, when his father who is with the gods speaks. The entourage will act for you among your plebs. I will cause them to watch over you. It is Re who shines in the night. As for anyone who is in his suite, he will live forever among the suite of Thoth. It will be permitted that he appear by night, and Osiris will be made glad, since he is the sole one who suffered more than he, even he who was placed among his servitors in the entourage. I am a servitor of Re, who receives his iron and adorns the god in his chapel. I am Horus, who approaches his lord, whose throne is hidden in the purification of the shrine, a messenger of the god to her whom he loved. It was I who nurtured Ma'at, and I caused her to ascend into his presence. It was I who knotted the rope and who bound up his shrine. What I detest is storm, and there shall be no heaping up of water in my presence. I will not be opposed because of Re. I will not be turned back by him who acts with his hands. I will not walk in the valley of darkness. I will not enter into the lake of criminals. I will not be in the heat of God's striking power. I will not fall as her who is plundered when she enters among those who are taken to him, whose face is behind the chopping block of the shambles of her who is sharp. Hail to you, you of the private matters of the god are in the secret places, and the hands of Geb support the dawn. Who is he who will lead the great ones and will count the children at his due time? See, Thoth is within the secret places, and he will do priestly service for him, who counts the myriads, who are to be counted, who splits open the firmament and dispels cloudiness in his realm. I have reached him in his place, so that I may grasp the staff and receive the wig cover of Re, whose fair movements will be extensive. Horus swells up around his eye, but his Enneads are about his throne, and they will get rid of the severe pain which he suffers. I too will get rid of the pain, and I will comfort him who has it. I have opened up the horizon for Re. I have built his boat, which travels smoothly. Thoth's face is bright for me when I worship Re by serving him, and he listens to me. He has removed my impediment, and I will not be boatless. I will not be turned away from the horizon, for I am Re. I will not be boatless in the great crossing. It is he whose face is on his knees, who extends his arm, because the name of Re is in my body, and his dignity is in my mouth. I say it to him, and I hear his words. Praise to you, Re, Lord of the horizon. Hail to you for whom the sunfolk are pure, for whom the sky controls those who are in charge of the great striking power, and the oars of those who are hostile are broken. Oh, see, I have come up among those who show forth truth, since he who is far distant is in the west. I break up the storm of Apep, O double lion. I am he who prophesies to you. See, I have come, O you who are before the great throne, hearken to me, for I will go down into your tribunal. I save Re from Apep daily, but I will not attack him when he awakens me. I will hold the writing so that I may receive offerings and equip Thoth with what was made for him. I will cause Ma'at to travel around at the head of the great barque. I will go down vindicated into the tribunal. I will establish the chaos gods. I will lead the entourage. I will grant to them voyage in high delight, and the crew of Re will travel around in charge of his beauty. Mayet will be exalted, and she will reach her Lord. Praise will be given to the Lord of all, and I will receive the staff. I will sweep over the sky with it, and the sunfolk will give me praise as to him who stands and will never tire. I will exalt Re for what I have done for him. I will dispel cloudiness, so that I may see his beauty and display the terror of him. I will fix his course, so that his barque may travel the sky at dawn, for I am the great one in the midst of his eye. I will sit or kneel at the head of the great barque of Khopri, the self-created. I will come into being, and what I say will come to pass. I am this one who travels around the sky to the west, and those who heap up the air will stand up in joy. They have taken the boat warp of Re into the hands of the crew, and at my command, Re will travel all over the sky safely and happily. I will not be opposed. and the blast of your power shall not carry me off, and nothing repellent shall issue from your mouth against me. I will not walk on the paths of downpour, for what my devil detests is to fall into it. What I detest is a flood, and it shall not reach me. I will go aboard your barque. I will occupy your throne. I will receive my dignity. I will show the paths of Re and the stars. I am he who opposed the destroyer, who came setting fire to your barque on the great polar quarter. I am he who knows them by their names, and they shall not attack your barque while I am in it, for it is I who make offerings. He who stretches out the bulwark is the keeper of the outer gate. I have come here into the great valley. I have taken the knives of the knife wielder from him, even the butcher, acute of striking power, who has not been repelled. For I am he who repels the destroyers, who have not been repelled. Do not come down on me, you who stretch out the bulwark. Be vigilant, and do not let cloudiness come into being among the some folk on the day of clearing the God. If you should come against me as any kind of snake, Re will die, and Apep will be hostile. Ritual is to be performed in the matter within the shambles of the protector by him who destroyed his father. Ikmti is the keeper of the second gate. May you guard him who turns aside to you. What is on me spreads protection over me. The monster stands up when meeting you, and the barque has fallen into the waters of weakness. You are in the mouth of Re. You shall not die at the hands of his suite. Striking power is on you, and you shall not come in his time. You are seen, you aggressor, who are below, because the great lady comes. He who eats the droppings of his hinder parts is the keeper of the third gate. Get back, you aggressor, for your arm is as an aphu plant. Your backbone is as red as a vivid plant. You shall eat of what the mimic plant eats. I know you, and I know the name of this throw stick of yours, which is thrown behind you. Down on your face, lay out your arms. Light shall go forth that it may open up the firmament, and bleariness of vision will be dispelled. He who glowers, the voluble one, is the keeper of the fourth gate. O Shu, a double lion, Shu in the sky and the double lion on earth, it is you who tell me that sky and earth are cleared. Down on your face, the white crown and the wig cover have retreated. I am made to enter, and I make him who glowers tremble behind the sacred matters of the God. I am made known in the above. Who is he who goes around the coiled one whose rank is high, whom Thoth will judge in the morning? The barque has been broken up since you came in opposition to me. I have come joyfully that I may announce the number of the appearings of Re as Chopri, when Horus, the firstborn of Re, goes around the sky, and he will see me among those who are at the steering oars of the solar barque. I have come into the sky of the double lion. I have nurtured Ma'at. Prepare a path for me that I may receive the Warrit crown, which is on Horus, the firstborn of Re, from her into my hand, so bring it to me. Prepare a path for me that I may pass on it, that I may set Ma'at, and that I may split open the darkness. I have come to you, O Horus, the firstborn among those who split open the firmament, so that you may save me from the claws of him who takes for himself what he sees, and the blast of his mouth shall not carry me off. His striking power shall not drive me away. I am admitted because of him who is over Nit. Let me pass, so that I may split open the darkness. Darkness, 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 the gate of darkness. Fire, fire, fire. He whose face is inverted, the many-shaped, is the keeper of the first gate. He lives on the excluded ones who do not know how to pass over it. This is a spell for passing by him which is before me, my protection from him, for I know that he who acts on his own behalf is ferried over. He who lives on maggots is the keeper of the middle gate. He lives on him who does not know how to go to the sky of Horus, the firstborn, the third one who approaches his Lord that he may live. As for him who comes into being among maggots, he shall eat them, since he does not know that this is the spell for passing by him which is before him, my protection from him. I am in the midst of his firmament, and he is my brother, namely the coiled one, when sailing, and I am in his suite. Ikmti, who bellows and fires, the keeper of the third gate. The third one who approaches his Lord that he may live in the fire. This is the fire which is on his mouth. This is a spell for passing by him which is before him, my protection from him. I am in the midst of his firmament as Horus the firstborn. I cannot be attacked by those who live or those who have passed away. It is his entourage which has given me prosperity. Fire, the gate of darkness. Open yourself, O storm, you who are cloudy. Ray is covered, but Horus proceeds happily every day, even he, the great of shape and weighty of striking power, who dispels cloudiness with his fiery breath. See, O Ray, I have come voyaging, for I am one of those 4 gods who are at the side of the sky, and I show you him who is present by day. Make your cable fast, for there is no opposition to you. Be high, that I may approach you. Be high, O you who are high. I am one whom Apep detests, since I know how to spit on your wounds. See, for I am one who spits on wounds which will heal, and I will not oppose you, O Ray. This is Horus the firstborn, who is in all parts of the sky. As for anyone who knows the spell which is before him, whose shape is great, he will be yonder as one whose shape is great. Hail to you, Ray. May I see your beauty. May you not reach the destroyer who is against you. This is the drinking bowl of the sky, which belongs to the god's booth, and it endures in the sky. Its front is fire, and its back is darkness. He who bears her unpin jar, the best of the sistrum player. This is the seat of a spirit who knows how to enter into the fire and split open the darkness, but who does not know how to go up to the sky of Ray and of Horus the firstborn on the suite of Ray and Horus the firstborn by means of offerings in the horizon of Ray and of Horus the firstborn. This is the true seat of Ray, the seat of a truly equipped spirit who will never die, and there is no god whom he will recognize as superior to himself, the seat of an equipped spirit who will himself be a god. As for anyone who knows what is sealed, he will become more glorious thereby than Osiris. He has passed every tribunal in which Thoth is. The Thoth will be in the tribunal of Osiris. If there be a man, a great one, who is on his waterway of death to the beautiful west, the man shall read it at the quadruple purification, and he shall depart in 4 days, being correct in everything. But if he wishes to know how to survive on his feet, he shall read it daily. The mansion of Osiris, the land of spirits, Seth of the land of spirits. This is he who proclaims Osiris. Water is above him, and life is on his mouth. As for Osiris, who is made in the field, his arms drive off Seth for him, and every limb of his is in the place which the eye reached. The limbs of his which he allots to his semblance are necessary. Hail to you, Osiris, possessing your mansions, you who endure. The ill-disposed is inert, but your heart is stout. O you who do not fight, but drive off uproar. I speak of the content of the chest of red stuff of him who is spiteful. Assess me, O Osiris, for I have assessed you. May my bones be hale, and my limbs strong. I stand up with Osiris when he stands up. O Osiris, your soul comes to you, and your throat is opened. Come, Osiris, come, Osiris, come, Osiris, come, Osiris, that the sweet breezes may come to you, for his power is laid low, and they have forsaken the wrath which is on him forever. The centipede god, Osiris, the earth god, enduring and living, is the name of this barque. He does not know Seth because of Osiris. Stand that I may raise you. Open your ears, for I give you the sacred eye. I am he who went forth from you. Give the eye of Horus to Osiris. Your eye is clean. Rise up that you may live. I am satisfied, for something has been given to me. I am pure in my own sarcophagus. I am Thoth, a possessor of offerings to Osiris and a possessor of offerings to myself. These belong to my father Osiris, who is on the high ground, and to the coiled one. Hail to you, your gates whose names are secret, whose sites are sacred. May you save me from him who would impose any evil obstacle of the mighty ones who are before you, until I come into the presence of the Lord of all. I have pacified the 2 warriors. I have raised up the orphan so that he may make complaint about the injury which was inflicted on his father by Tepe when his body was slain. Apep and his backbone, Imseti, happy, Dumet, Mutef, Chetsinov. He who sees his father, he who makes his own name, the sunful, the crew of Re, whose number is unknown. Words spoken by the elder magician. You shall go, for he who sees his father is fallen because of you. The bowman shot him, and the spearman fell him. Circle of fire, fires, the fire of the night barque. The company which is in the bow is Isis, Seth, and Horus. The company which is in the stern is Hu, Sia, and Re. The north bank of the winding waterway, the towns of which are unnumbered. 1,000,000 cubits are about it in the flames of a torch. Hail to you, protectors of its blast, which its fire extended far beyond it. Save me from him who would impose any kind of evil obstacle because of him whose name is Secret of Wisdom. For I have come into being from his flesh. He has created me from his members, but it was not my Father who caused her to fly up, and there was nothing which came forth to me from her body. She raises my name above the stare of her face. The number of my limbs is at her wills, according to what is good in my sight. This portal has closed on me as on the body of the egg from which I have emerged. It is the darkness of my Father who which does it, being far from this portal. I have made 1,000,000 cubits in my own cubits when flying up to this place of mine. Words spoken by him whose names are secret, the Lord of all, who said to the silent ones who raged when the entourage sailed, Go in peace, I will relate to you the 2 good deeds which my own heart did for me within the coiled one, in order that falsehood might be silenced. I have done 4 good deeds within the portal of the horizon. I made the 4 winds that everyone might breathe in his time. Such was my deed in the matter. I made a great flood so that the poor as well as the great might be strong. Such was my deed in the matter. I made every man equal to his fellow, and I forbade them to do wrong, but their hearts disobeyed what I said. Such was my deed in the matter. I made their hearts not to forget the West, in order to make God's offerings to the gods of the gnomes. Such was my deed in the matter. I created the gods from my sweat and mankind from the tears of my eye. I will shine anew daily in their booth for the Lord of all. I made night for him who was languid. I will navigate aright in my barque, for I am the Lord of waters from crossing the sky. I am not rejected because of any member of mine, who was in company with magic, felling yonder ill-disposed one for me. I see the horizon, I sit before it, I judge between the wretched and the wealthy. So also as regards the evildoers, I possess life because I am the Lord, and my staff will not be taken away. I have passed myriads of years between myself and yonder ignorant one, the son of Yed. I will sit with him in the one place, and mounds will be towns, and towns will be mounds. Mansion will desolate mansion. I am the Lord of fire who lives by truth, Lord of eternity, who creates joy, and the snakes will not rebel against me. My shrine belongs to me, the Lord of wounds, who puts a stop to the raging, who drives out snakes for him whose names are many, who goes forth from his shrine, Lord of the winds, who foretells the north wind, whose names are many in the mouths of the Ennead, Lord of the horizon, who creates light and illumines the sky with his own beauty. Such am I. Prepare a path for me that I may see Nul and Ammon. I am a spirit who has acquired. I pass by, and they will not speak the word which is on the back of the roll. They will not speak through fear of him whose name is secret, who is within my belly. I know him and am not ignorant of him. I am one who is equipped, skilled in opening portals. As for anyone who knows this spell, he will be like Re in the east of the sky, like Osiris within the netherworld, and he will go down to the circle of fire. There will never be a flame against him forever. It has come happily to an end. Hail to you, my Father, and to the companions in your beautiful field, Lord of those who give to him, who disregards your putrefaction in it. Its light is in the sky, as your soul, and Re stands up in the midst of the sky in order to give guidance to his attendants. His back, even Re Atulum's, is turned to the smells, a lock of hair is cut off, and his eyes closed. May the fledgling which issued from you live. May the tip of a fingernail be covered. May a fly fly up. May Osiris live. May the great ones, the celestial kind, be gathered together. I am a builder, and I have knowledge. I am a builder, and I raise up my Father. I have built up the Great One and the Great Lady. I have built up the sea and the flood. I am this divine one of Chnum, who takes away enmity. This is the builder who cuts off. I have come that I may see Osiris, and I will live beside him and putrefy beside him. I am your semblance. I am the image of you. Guide of the double doors of the horizon when they closed on account of the gods. This is the name of their keepers, which is in writing, and this is their entire nature. As for anyone who does not know what they speak, he shall fall into the net of those who net there. As for anyone who shall know what they speak, he shall pass by, and he shall sit beside the great God wherever he may be, and he shall give respect to him, for he is one wholly equipped and spiritualized. As for a man who shall know, he will never perish, and their seal shall be on him, like any god, for whom they do it among all the gods. A gate with fire in front and hidden at the back, with a man in it who is bound, and it is a marvel for the length of the day. I am new, Lord of darkness. I have come that I may have power over the path, and he who has two faces is afraid of me. I am one who is heavy on your shoulders for you, and who shores up your shoulders for you. I have come here from On, that I may be as the mighty lady, that I may see the bull of On in their shape, that I may see my water in darkness. I speak to them, for I know them by their images. I saw their mother's delivery, and I guide them to you in my name of bull of On, that they may illumine me. I will show the way and pass on it. I am Wasranen, Lord of the secret things, one mightier than all the Tunod gods. I am of the lungs of Shu, where he passes the liver. My father belongs to me. Open to me and I will sleep. Open to me and I will be protected from them. It is an equipped spirit who guards the gate of the mansion of many faced. I have come and I have traversed the swamp. I have moved above since you and I passed by the shoulders of Osiris, for he knows that those who are in the gates who shall guard them belong to me. See, I am a Lord of motion, and my back is not opposed. I have gone straight ahead, everything being about you, like Atum and the companions. Movements here are mine, and he grants my dignity like one who raises himself. I am more of a spirit than the Lord of thrones, and I see him making them into their shapes. I have come here from depth that I may see the growing plant and see it in my day. The mansions belong to his face. My head is on me, my arms are on me, my legs are on me. I am the wearer of the royal headcloth who is in depth. Death is on him, having become him. I am he. I am the wearer of the royal headcloth who is in darkness. The souls of Nechen, those who lay hold, the guardians of my limbs in rage. See, they are dangerous. Fire, fire, hail to you who lay hold of my two lamps for me, you guardians of my limbs in storm. I am the Nechenite who fashioned your snakes. I am the torch which is with you. I will pass with Shu into the abyss. I am one who makes himself content after the mistress. I am he who will restore the sky to order. I am he who will have power over darkness, one mightier of striking power than the mighty one. Mine are those who exist, the possessors of what is required. I am his protection in darkness, the terrible one who issued from his eye. I have come here from Abydos, and I have found his waters descending. The words in a canoe, and he goes down paying honor to her who guides the head of the protector by their shoulders. I am he who is preeminent in Abydos. I have bound my horn in the fight, and the pure path belongs to me. Fire, fire, he who mounts up, the sealed document of stern face. I have come here on the wind, for I am the legs of Shu with which that abyss was filled within the soul of power's house. Who speaks in darkness belongs to me, even he who is rich in hours, who opens a path that I may pass to you on it. Do not tell my name. I have come here from Sepha. I have seen what is in it. It was I who saw and beheld. I encountered the dawn palm. I made Sepha inaccessible. I attended to you in my own name. What I said to you there is an enduring act. I am the north wind of Sepha. I am the horizon. My path is pure. They who attack I am the power who robbed him who was strong, a power who is in darkness, who will never permit that you have power over him, among those who make every kind of accusation and those who are on the next, who are with the honored one who is in darkness. I have come here from Kardia, having found the sealed box which extended under. It is he who goes down and testifies to me concerning the path on which I pass, by reason of my power, in company with those who are in the abyss, and it is I who guard the trap with two mouths in the middle. Cross the place. Light belongs to me. Ra'atum is dead. Fire, fire. I have come that I may be strong in your company. It is the aggressor who joined the scourer who Set, who made the eye of darkness pass by. I am a destroyer with the Lord of robbery following me. I am he who passes by and splits open the darkness, and fire has no power over me as over anyone else who belongs to the night. The T-bird belongs to me, and I have split open the darkness. The ramparts are high, and I die in their limit. Fire, fire, the mouths of their snakes, guarded. Reveal their names, you companions who are in his high rampart. Prepare a pure path for me. O Lord of eternity, who is in righteousness, the breadth of the path is the trail of the snakes. May darkness come to an end, and light come into being, for movement is mine. I have come here into this pure land, O Apis, and I have found an herb there which is green. It is small, but it grows. I smell it and I breathe. I am he to whom his wall was given. I am the knife which is in the hand of him whose mouth is open in darkness. My fingernail. The motherless one is he whose mouth is open. May I be mighty by means of my horn and your nail. He is in darkness. It is his horn which gives darkness, pain, and death. These are those things which are on the heat of its great fiery doors, and this name of his is he whose mouth is open in darkness. O Restau, Nu, Old One, Isis the Divine, I have come here in fear of the fiery ones. I am the power which issued from the vultures on the day when I was superior to Hegemon. It means that his horns were cut off in darkness. It was your arm which slew when it cut off the head of him who came that he might oppose the god. I am he who the goddess bore, and it was Insidi who cleansed me when the hand of him who would destroy my power raged. I am the torch and the flame. I am the spear which is in the hand which is stabbed at those who are below. O you of fire, beware of me, for I am the knife which pierces the middle of his head. It is I who repel her and give her to the earth gods who are in the lake. Get as your protector down on your face. Do not frustrate his action. Do not send her name into the midst of the fire. They guard his house and her fire. Be far away, O earth gods in the Jethan barque. Arise and succor. O Re, Atum, Nu, the Old One, Shu, Iku, Nimu, Hetep. The woman has driven off. I am he whom Re built up, whom Shu built up, and right belongs to that God who is in the middle of the fire, and will never place the just with him. Commands which issued from his mouth on the day of protection. His soul has protected me. I am Ma'at. If you advance to meet me, the terrible one will be driven away from the earth god, together with him of the sharp knife, as an aggressor, since I stop movements. Drive off the terrible ones from the earth gods. Protect the great lady. Separate the two combatants in 600 storms. There are 600 in the breadth of what is over the lake. O Shu, Nu, Atum, Re, Old One, I have passed by Shu, Nu, Atum, Re, the Old One, the four sets. Ta, Sia, who is in his eye, the torch and the fire. His power is the terror of Nu, who fashioned the body of Horus, more potent than his fellows, the falcon, the duck, and the plume on the day of scratching. They are safe after the destruction, and what they pray for is eternity. Scatter toward them, O you whose face is hidden. Make a plan for you, arms according to your movements. Horus the elder is in the middle of the upper stars, and opposite the lower ones. He whose anchor is sharp, he who reveals the warden. O you protectors of his who fight and guard him within his shrine, he being within his shrine. O Nekami, hearing the sistrum player, O you physicians, protect me every day from those whose names are unknown, the lords of life every day. Those who oppose them are those who are insignificant. O you four gods whom the goddess bore, see, he who comes to meet me is he of the shrine, and I will inform him that it is I whom you have fashioned. O soul one, I pass by that I may satisfy the maker of traps, so that you may entrap the shining sun. He is one who is blind as to the fingers in front of him and as to his hand. Stand up, O red palm. I repeat your course when he has shot at you, in accordance with your desire. Your heart has been taken by Shu, and I am in the spirit state when I pass safely. Peace be to you. Your spirits have been divided up, and it is they of angry speech who extinguish your striking power. It is those who are in front of Shu who strike and raise an uproar in the abyss. I am one mighty and aggressive, and this is your primeval shrine. I am one more powerful than you, so prepare a path for me. I am the vindicated one who serves him with blood. I am the man of a million who cannot be seen by those about him, who shoot arrows. Your mouth was silenced by those in service of Osiris. Swallow and chew this slice of your meat from the middle of Bektu. If you should come against me, or if an arrow should come, miss, and continue its course behind me, then a pet will thrust at you, having coiled round the hole which is his. I will speak. Isis the Great, whose house is hers, will thrust at you, for it is you who speak against me. It is the great baboon who eats the gods, who thrusts at me beneath him with a crane and a danger bird. May you fall on your face. Take yourself off. The god will come in peace. Even he, the lord of the red mansion which is in the horizon. I pass the newer fish when Ray shines in peace. The image of a mansion. He will sleep and he will wake at the first of the year, when his entourage will see him. It is a voice which is heard. It is the place of the destroyer who puts himself at the limit of his vision of an equipped spirit. The way for passing by him on which he sails. I have opened up the sky, the earth, and the horizon. The place of the spirit, the place of potent magic. He is a man 1,000,000 cubits tall. He is within the darkness, and he is invisible. It means that the river is far removed from him. As for his entourage, he is invisible. What is in them, namely their mansions, is the path of the goddess, the sacred eye, baboon, chaos god, Hu, destroyer, hound, protector. She is joyful, he is prosperous, he is firm. The sky, the earth, and the horizon, and what is in them are the path of the goddess, the sacred eye. The sky is open for Osiris before me as a noble. Strike your hand, O Ray, into my hand. Rise up so that I may pass the two waterways of Shu. It was I who restored Osiris to health. O fire, prepare a path for me so that I may pass. I restore Osiris to health, so do not mourn over his flesh. Shu plows with a knife, and the destroyers are driven off. Its name is Gate of Darkness. This is a spell for recognizing his name, the names of the spirits who guard these paths, those who are in them. Atihut, he who grasps, knife wielder, Abbas. Pigpee, his name is Large Face, and he is its gatekeeper. I am one who was born in Restau of the horizon, and the horizon was given to me by the Lord of the horizon. My dignity is in Pe, like the purity of Osiris. The worship of me in Restau is the guidance of the gods, of the paths in the entourage, which is about Osiris, and I am one of those who guide them. I am a spirit, a lord of spirits. May I have spirit power, and may I act therewith, so that they exist, but the spirit whom I hate shall not exist. I am he who celebrates the monthly festival, who perpetuates the half-monthly festival, and who examines the 8th garment. I am circling round because the eye of Horus is with the retinue of God. I have caused it to cross the sky when I pass, and I will not be afraid. Those who are in it, hot of face, loud of voice, oppressor, monster. His name is he who is hot. This is the path to the abodes of those who live on their sweet things. This is a spell for passing on it which is before me. It is a spell for passing by those with the sharp knives. I am, and these are who are over the chapel. 7. He who is vigilant, he who is sharp-sighted, the noisy one, the two whose faces were covered in order to pass by him. This is its path which is in the mansion of incense. You should not walk on it. My flesh is a fire. You should not go back on it. The name of his is aggressor. He and his power have gone down. The name of his is dreadful of fire. A spell for passing toward the path of fire. I am that eye of Horus which is affected at night, namely the eye of fire in its beauty. He who gives real benefits and reversion offerings in it among the gods, such as Osiris who is in it, who is benefited and dwells in it after they have reached their owners. My 2 plots are in the field of offerings among those who know, and I care for Osiris there. I am the land scribe of Hetep and the hand of Thoth. I am the pure one who cooks for Osiris daily among those who know offerings. The field which makes offerings, I make Osiris glad in it. From the field of offerings goes up daily to Osiris. My 2 plots are safe, and no one can take them from me. Spell for being in the field of offerings among the retinue of Osiris, and among the retinue of Thoth every day. They will eat bread among the living, and they will never die, breath being in their noses. Her name is Idhit. As for this which is on her head, it is the 2 waterways of Shu. It is the seat of the spirit who will never die. As for anyone whose plots are in the field of offerings, he shall see Osiris and Thoth every day, and he shall not be opposed by the destroyers, who keep the gates among those who seek out robbers. As for anyone who shall pass the bend of this waterway, he shall learn that there are none who will oppose that man. The man shall say, "Depart, you keepers of the gates." This is the lake of fire of the knife wielders. There is no one who shall fall into the fire, for he will be turned away from it. O you 4 nymph fish, the true name is inheritance. His name is large face who drives off aggressors. It is a spell for this bend of his. This is a spell for passing by him which is below the waterway, and I permit myself to pass in peace when Ray proceeds. Prepare a path for me, that I may sail and proceed, for the protection of Ray is my protection. As for anything that may happen to me, the same will happen to Ray. If anything be done to me, I will drive off the aggressors. Your God has come into being, and his name is Khopri. He is the keeper of the bend of this waterway, and his name is Sharp of Vision. Fire is this which is on him. I am he who gets rid of him, who opposes the opponent of the aggressor, who moves in order to run. I possess the egg of Ray, and my dignity is like that of Ray when he appears in the early morning. My dignity is guarded for me when I reach it. What I detest is flesh, which goes forth to those who are in the horizon, who are in a hurry, since I know that he is in the horizon. I and my God, the youth, Khethati, are not opposed. I have come here as a primeval one, that I may announce Ray at the gates of the sky, and the gods will be joyous at meeting me. The odor of a god is on me. The destroyer cannot attack me, and the wardens of the room cannot exclude me. I am he whose face was hidden within the shrine. I, at the time when I attained it, at the purification of the mansion on account of the chapel of the god which was lashed together. This is a spell for passing by him which is before me. What is under the waterway is the name of this bend. It was he who guarded this waterway at the time when I attained to it in the land of food, the mansions of the Red Crown. O hippopotamus face, wakeful of power, recognize him, for this is his face. Lustral basin is his name. This is a spell for passing on it. It is his lustral basin. His name is Dogface, whose shape is big. I am Great Name, whom you made. I am bound for the way of right. The place of execution is what I detest. The protection of Horus the Elder is my protection. He will reach this waterway, and he will never die. Spell for the heritage of the fugitive, because of the lustral basins. O heir of the horizon of Ray, I am Hatum, Lord of Kenzit, and I have spoken, for I am the heir of the horizon. I prepare a path for Ray when he comes to a halt. O heritage, I know your name. O Horus, the firstborn of Ray, I am one who acts on behalf of his desire. I will not be seized, and I will not be turned back at the approaches of the gates. I am he who would whip the double lion, who lives on those who would destroy him. Spell for passing by him. He is the keeper of this bend of the waterway. This is one who enters beneath this bend of the waterway. O Subhit, I shall exist forever. I am he who dispatches the word of the gods of Ray. I have come that I may report a message to its recipient. He who is driven off with 2 faces and dumb, he is the keeper of this bend of the waterway. This is a spell for passing by him on account of it. He is the keeper of this bend of the waterway. Great face who opposes the aggressor. He is the keeper of this bend of the waterway. An overbearing one whose mother speaks, who guards her in his house, against whom I am placed. I am many-faced, who created thunder, who mounts up to ray and repels the strength of a pet, who splits open the sky and drives away storm, and who nourishes the crews of ray. My 2 chestnut garments and my rod have been given to me. I have made Hetep great as its keeper, and it has been granted to me that this barque shall make a good voyage. Prepare a path for me, or you who guard him within his shrine. This is a spell for passing on it which is before me. The snakes are the keepers of the gates who keep my way. Spell for passing on it, O you who are exalted and equipped, possessors of striking power. I am loud-voiced in the horizon, its great one. Down on your faces, you watchers. Spell for passing on it. My face is that of Horus. My hinder parts are those of the word crown. Mine are the mighty ones. Spell for passing on it. I am he who sits on the eye of Horus as the 3rd, who judges with the gods on the 2nd day. My protection from you is the protection of thought. It is a spell for the path. These paths are thus. One of them is opposed to its fellow in confusion. As for those who know them, they shall find their paths. Their walls of flint are high in Restau. Be weary, you squatting gods, whose faces are hidden, who live by means of your throw sticks, who strike your sticks. O you who are stout-hearted, weighty of striking power, preparing my path in the fire. I will restore Osiris to health. Prepare a path for me and let me pass, for I am he who saved Osiris, and who saw the soul one alone when Re traveled around among those who act alone. I am he who limited the flood, who judged the rivals. I have come that I may remove the humiliation from upon Osiris, the path to Restau which is on the land. I am he who wrapped the standard, who issued from the word crown. I have come that I may drive out pain, ease the suffering of Osiris, and establish offerings in Abydos, the ways by water which belong to Restau.